done for the day, and I have slipped outside to check on my flowers. I'm learning to be a flower gardener. I've never been much of a gardener before this year, but I'm really enjoying seeing these pansies grow and change. So I look forward to the time after school if we don't have anything else going on. And today is one of those calm, peaceful days when not a lot's going on, and I'm going to catch up on some housework that's been piling up, and I'm going to really enjoy it. Sometimes doing those mundane tasks is the most relaxing and rewarding thing in the world. Just taking the dead heads off the pansies, or folding laundry and getting it all put away. So join me as I do some homekeeping around the house and find the beauty in these mundane activities. This is my new rose bush. I planted it all by myself, never done anything like this before, and it seems to be doing really well, and I'm really excited to see how it blooms and what happens to it. So I'm sort of nervously hovering around it like a mother hen. And our peonies are blooming. I just love these pink peonies. I think peonies are my favorite flower. I remember being fascinated with them when I was a child and sitting and brushing the ants off of them for hours. So after I looked at all of my plants, I slipped inside and I decided to fold laundry in the dining room because we've gotten really behind on it. The kids were in a play last week and we were really busy. So it's piled up a bit, and when that happens, I like to drag it out of the laundry room and just get a little more space to do everything. And it's often I have the kids help me, but there's so much of it that I'm having them do other things, and we're all just gonna have a putting away party when I've got everything categorized and folded and laid out on this table, because that's just what works the best when we get really behind on it. The laundry is actually my favorite homekeeping task. I enjoy washing clothes. I enjoy reading care labels. I enjoy hanging things out to dry if they need it. I enjoy folding laundry. I enjoy ironing too. And I would rather do that than pretty much anything else. I don't know if any of you feel the same way. I hear a lot of people complain about laundry, and there definitely is a lot of it, and it can get pretty overwhelming, but there's just something about the satisfaction of putting in dirty clothes and getting out nice, warm, clean clothes that I really, really love. It's time to switch another load. So I'm taking the warm clothes out of the dryer, and there's a basket down there. I'm just letting them tumble into there. And one of my favorite things about this laundry room is the fun laundry room art that I was able to find. There's a picture there that I stuck onto the side of the dryer with command strips of 3 French washer women who are washing clothes in this huge stone basin, and that picture really makes me smile every time I see it. Like I said, I do really enjoy ironing, and I am the family ironer. I iron clothes for everybody. Luckily, the kids don't need too much stuff ironed. It's mostly my husband and me. But it's something I really enjoy doing, and a lot of times I'll watch a show while I'm ironing, and I find that to be a really relaxing way to occupy my hands and occupy my mind, or listen to an audiobook. That's something else I love to do. Right now we're listening to All Things Bright and Beautiful by James Herriot, my kids and I, and we are really enjoying it so much. We've gotten all these great audiobooks from Libby, which is an app that we can get through our local library, and it is such a treasure, a trove of wonderful audiobooks. So I highly recommend those James Herriot ones if you have never listened. All Creatures Great and Small, All Things Bright and Beautiful, and there's a few more too. After I ironed a few things, it was time to get dinner started. So I just popped into the kitchen and put some of these seasoned chicken legs in. I love chicken legs. It's a crowd pleaser around here, drumsticks. So these particular ones, we have a really great local butcher, and they put this barbecue seasoning on them themselves at the store. And every once in a while, I'll buy them. Not always, because they're really spicy for my kids, but they're getting older, and so they're enjoying it more. Um, so I popped those in, and then I decided it was time for me to take a little coffee break, which is something that I find myself needing to do most afternoons after a full day of teaching. I just need some quiet time with a cup of coffee, and it doesn't affect me usually to have coffee in the afternoon, which is, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It just kind of gives me a little pick me up. I'm very attached to my mocha pot, which you see here. It makes a very strong espresso like brew, and I like to put cream in it. When I was younger, I drank all my coffee black, but I cannot do that anymore. It just upsets my stomach way too much. So I'm loving my cream. And this is a book I just got out of the library. It's The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. I'm sure all of you have heard of it. I have resisted this book for years, just as it became this kind of like joke about, people being like, oh, does it spark joy? And I was sort of, who she was kind of slowly seeped into my consciousness, but I never really wanted to pick up any of her works. It just sounded kind of overwhelming, honestly. And then the other day I was at the library, and she has a new book out called Karashi at Home, which is, I guess Karashi is Japanese for something like the way you live. And I just picked it up because I was just kind of browsing around, and I couldn't put it down. I was so beguiled by this book, and I thought she had so much wonderful advice and beautiful ideas. And so then I went back to the library and checked out every other thing I could find of hers. So she's got 2 or 3 more books. And I decided to begin at the beginning with The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. And it is a beautiful little book. I guess maybe this is just, I may be ready to listen to this now. I don't know if I'll take action on anything in here, but it is very inspiring. And I'm enjoying reading a page or two here and there with my coffee. I needed to dust and vacuum the living room today, and so, of course, I decided to play around with the furniture yet again. I just cannot quite get the arrangement the way I want it, but I'm having fun moving it around. So, it's, yeah, I guess moving furniture might be one of my hobbies as well, but I'm just working I'm going to try this. I decided today to move my love seat over in the corner and try these 2 chairs on either side. And as I'm recording this, I'm thinking, actually, I'm probably going to move that again. It didn't turn out to be the best arrangement, but it did make me see all of the dust underneath the chairs, so that was good. And I got to sweep that out and pull all the newspapers out of the magazine and newspaper holder. I love having a magazine rack in the living room full of stuff for people to read. I find that really comforting when I'm at other people's houses, just to be able to pull something out, something interesting that maybe I haven't seen, and take a look at it. But ours is getting way overstuffed. It was time to recycle some of these newspapers. I decided to really take my time and damp dust everything, and damp dust the baseboards, and on the floor around where the floor and the wall meet. There always seems to be dust there that I can't quite get with the mop. So it felt good to just take my time and go slow and get it done. A lot of times with housework, I rush it because I'm trying to squeeze it in, and then it's not enjoyable. But today was a nice day because it was just, we didn't have a lot going on. I had dinner ready to go, and so I just felt comfortable kind of just relaxing into these mundane chores and taking my time. And it actually becomes a really nice kind of meditative activity when I'm not pushing myself to rush and get it done. So I really enjoyed cleaning these dusty baseboards off all around the room. My parents gave us a record player for Christmas, or it actually plays cassette tapes as well as CDs. And I have been listening to records that I listened to when I was a child. I don't know if any of you did this, but my brother and I listened to books on records that we would get from the library, and we would lay on our tummies by the speaker in our parents' living room for hours, just listening to stories, and we got really good at flipping the records over and being really careful with Mom's record player. So I have so many fond memories of that. And now I have those records. Mom and Dad are downsizing, and I got them. I'm trying this lamp out over here in front of this landscape painting, and I just moved it. So I kind of enjoy the white against all of that brown and gold and sepia. So I might keep it there. It's fun to move things around and see how even small little changes make you feel so differently about the room that you're in. Before I finished making dinner, I popped out back to take a peek at all the fleur-de-lis that are blooming in our yard right now. We've got yellow and purple. I love when they come out this time of year. I love the fleur-de-lis irises so much. They're this big, dramatic, tall flower, and everything is looking so beautiful this May. I love these cool, calm spring days so much. I hope that you can find some time to do some meditative homekeeping this week of your own and enjoy the spring weather. And let me know in the comments what you do for homekeeping. Do you find it meditative, or even if you don't, if it's something that you're rushing all the time? I would love to hear what you think, and I will see you again next week. Take care. Bye for now.